Welcome to the Bandana Podcast, where we're calling a spade a spade. The score was 76-72. The Indiana Fever, after being down 74-62, come out in the fourth quarter on a 10-2 run. Caitlin's getting her groove, it seems. The offense seems to pick up the pace. Caitlin Clark's firing up the crowd. And as I'm in the venue, as I'm talking to all the spectators, all the VIPs, all the MVPs in the venue, I'm saying to you guys, folks, I better not see Nalissa Smith enter this game. If we are fighting all the way back from 74-62 and we are finally hitting a stride, I better not see Nalissa Smith or Katie Lou Samuelson enter the game during this fourth quarter. They have no right to be here, especially when we're closing out a game. Lexi Hull gets her fifth foul. We sub in Katie Lou Samuelson. Temi Fagbenle, for some strange reason, she doesn't even get a foul. We take her out. We sub in Nalissa Smith. At that time, it was 81-80, a 1-point game. From that moment on, the Minnesota Lynx go on an 18-8 run and beat the Indiana Fever in their home court. A game that, hey, maybe I have too high expectations. A game we should have won. Another game against the Minnesota Lynx that we should have won. Last game we shot 22%. This game we get an infamous CHRISTIE sides special in the third quarter. We get outscored in the third quarter, folks. 29-12 in the third quarter. 29-12 in the third quarter. And we lose the game. 99-88. This is why, win or lose, I am always coming here and remaining pat. Yes, have I give CHRISTIE sides credit on a few occasions? I have, but I've never gone back on my fire CHRISTIE. Never have I ever gone back on that. I talked about Lynn Dunn saying she's here to stay. I said, okay. But it's still, get her out of here. Why are we putting Nalissa Smith and Katie Lou Samuelson in a game after clawing, scratching, fighting our way back to an 81-80 game? Why are we putting them in the game? I need answers. I need somebody to explain that to me. I need somebody to make that make sense. It's not going to be easy in the playoffs. It's not going to be gimmies in the playoffs. The refs aren't going to always give you a call in the playoffs. Can I talk about how bad the referees were? Of course I can. These three, of course I can talk about how bad they were. The Minnesota Lynx shot 25 free throws and we only shot 13. Every single call on Lexi Hull, call on Aaliyah Boston, call on Temi, call on Kelsey, call on this person, call on that person. The Minnesota Lynx got every single call, folks. But guess what? CHRISTIE sides still blew the damn game. And I'm sure she's going to go in the post-game interview and take zero accountability. She's going to blame the players. She's going to blame the defense. She's going to blame the offense. She's going to blame the officiating. She's going to blame everybody but herself. So allow me to blame you, CHRISTIE. Allow me to tell you that your rotations in the fourth quarter lost us the game. Allow me to tell you, you not making any adjustments at half. The Minnesota Lynx making adjustments, coming out 29-12, scorching earth. Folks, the Minnesota Lynx come out on a 7-0 run. Chrissy Sides calls a timeout. Guess when she called a timeout? After we already lost the lead. We go into halftime with the lead. The Lynx come out on a 7-0 run. You can tell this defense looks like trash. Timeout after the first possession. But what do? We sit, we wait. We sit on our hands. We don't do a damn thing. And they end up going on a 14-0 run. Perfect. Now we can call a timeout. CHRISTIE, great job calling a timeout. Awful timeout. Bad timeout. Pathetic timeout. As soon as they drained that first three, we all knew, everybody watching the game knew the Fever didn't have it in the second half. Call a timeout. I get the officiating is rattling some of the players. Get it together. Call a timeout. Steady the waters. Be a head coach and not a cheerleader, and maybe get in the referee's ears. If I had to split this up into a pie, 80% CHRISTIE Sides. 80! And 20% the officials. This is the difference between a good coach and CHRISTIE Sides. This is the difference between a coach that makes adjustments and CHRISTIE Sides. A coach that understands the game and CHRISTIE Sides. That's the difference, folks. That's the difference right there in a nutshell. Why am I seeing NaLyssa Smith in the fourth quarter? After we scratch and claw and fight our way back again, why is she in? Why is Katie loose? But Ben, Katie Lou made a corner three. 1 for 19 isn't impressive, folks. This is why in the games that they win, you don't oh my God, you see NaLyssa, 14 I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. Doesn't matter to me at all. Because at the end of the day, when we go against a good team, she will go back into her bad habits and we will end up losing a game. She can't play defense. She offers nothing on the offensive end. And Katie Lou, you're right there with her. Where's Dantis? Where's Wheeler? Where's Temmie? Where is anybody else? How many times do we need to see the same thing fail time after time after? But they were on a win streak. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn about that win streak. Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell and Lexi Hull were playing out of their damn minds. That's why we're on a win streak. That's why we're 7-1 since the break. Not because of CHRISTIE Sides. Not because of the supposed coach of the month. Folks, coach of the month. The Minnesota Lynx had the same record this month as the Indiana Fever. Yet CHRISTIE Sides gets the award over Shella Reeve. Make that make sense. Oh, because she took a team that was struggling and turned them around and now they're having a... I don't care. Bad rotations are bad rotations. Katie Lou hasn't hit a 3 in months. Oh, but we gotta get Katie Lou going. Why do we need to get Katie Lou going? Oh, it's really important for NaLyssa. Why is it important for NaLyssa? So she can feel good about her? I don't care. I'm trying to win basketball games. There's no fairness in love and war. Or all is fair in love and war, excuse me. All is, which both of them seem true, right? Both of them are true. If there's no fairness and all is fairness, we're saying the same thing. That fourth quarter alone is enough for me to say, what are we doing here? Do you not have your hand on the pulse of the game? Do you not see that this lineup is the only reason why it's a 1-point game now? After you already blew the third quarter, CHRISTIE? 29-12 in the third quarter? Freaking pathetic. Appreciate everybody who came out in the venue. 250 people joined us. Salute to all you guys. The chat, as always, rocking and rolling. CHRISTIE Sides, what are you doing, dude? What are you doing? And I hope that post-game press conference you're taking accountability. Because if you're not, I am doubling back. Doubling back like a camel. Pulling up here tomorrow, 8 a.m. Frying shit. Pardon my language. Let's get into this review, shall we? First quarter, folks. If you saw me in the first quarter, I was feeling good. I was feeling joyous because, like I've said, it doesn't matter how good the other team's defense is. We need to play our game. When the Indiana Fever play against a good defensive team and we play half-court offense, it just falls into the other team's hands. We're pretty much doing the other team a favor. We come out, Lexi, bucket off the dribble. Caitlin Clark to Aaliyah. Aaliyah's been getting good post position lately. Nalissa Smith grabbed the two-handed rebound. Oh my God. We saw Aaliyah Boston in a mismatch multiple times. Give it to Aaliyah. She had 8 points in the first quarter. But the difference between her 8 points this game and last game, it was in the flow of the offense. We weren't pounding it. It was within the flow of the offense. Lexi Hull had a beautiful block that was called a foul. CHRISTIE Sides, again, our glorious coach of the month. You know challenges are there for a reason, right? You know challenges are there for you to use them? Oh, we don't know. Okay. Now you know. If you don't know, now you know. CHRISTIE. Kelsey Mitchell, beautiful three ball, followed up by a layup, back-to-back possessions. Caitlin Clark showed off her midi in the first quarter. Nice pull-up, fadeaway. Also drew a foul in the lane with a nice midi. So you can see Caitlin Clark is definitely feeling more comfortable in that 17-foot range, working on her mid-range game. Whether it's a floater, whether it's a step back, no matter what it is, I'm seeing more mid-range attacks from Caitlin Clark, and I like seeing that. Temmie, welcome back, Temmie. We missed you. Oh, man, did we miss you. Welcome back, Temmie. First possession of Temmie back in the game, back-to-back offensive boards, and she converted on her layup. First quarter, my notes, I like that. Running early pace. AB, 8 points in the flow of the quarter. Winning 27-19 in the first quarter. We looked like the better team out there. But even last game we played them, we looked like the better team. We just couldn't make our threes. So here we are in the first quarter, coming out, doing what we should have been doing. Don't let them get into their half-court defense. Push it. If they're in their half-court defense, swing, AB's got a mismatch. Slip screen, AB's got a mismatch. Second quarter rolls around. Nafisa Collier, 5 quick points. With a quick 2, Courtney Williams gets a 3. Just like that, 5-0 run for the Minnesota Lynx in the third quarter. It felt like the wind was taken out of the building just off those 2 plays to start out the quarter. Caitlin Clark doubles back, pull up, bang! 3-pointer. And Caitlin Clark played well. They didn't play too bad. The coach dropped the ball. Caitlin Clark had 25 on the night. Aaliyah Boston had 20. Kelsey Mitchell had 23. They played a fairly well game. They didn't get the calls, but you're not always going to get the calls. If this season has proven anything to us, the referees aren't going to make calls in our favor. How do we combat that? Coaching, effort, defense. Simple as that. Minnesota Lynx, they had a good game. Fee finished with 26. Carlton, 16 points, a couple big threes in the fourth. Courtney Williams. Courtney, I'm a fan of your game. Alana Smith put in some work as well. So both teams played well. One coach played better than the other. And yes, I will say it again. The referees weren't too good. I agree. The referee was lopsided. They shot 25 free throws. We only shot 13. Aaliyah Boston gets called for some BS fouls. 2 quick fouls in the first quarter. Lexi Hull, 2 quick fouls in the first quarter. I don't understand how it's always that case, but again, we should be used to this by now. In the fourth quarter, the referees didn't blow it. But back to where we were. Temi got called 2 bad calls in the second quarter on Temi, back to back. One fighting for a rebound, somehow that's Temi's fault. And the other, that's Temi's fault as well. We take Caitlin Clark out. We take out Temi Fegbenley. We put back in Aaliyah Boston. We put back in Kelsey Mitchell. Folks, I've said this before. When Kelsey Mitchell is the lone scorer on the floor with Caitlin Clark on the bench, every single play needs to be ran through Kelsey Mitchell. Every single play needs to be ran through Kelsey Mitchell. Instead, we got Erica Wheeler. Erica, you didn't play bad. I'm just saying what it is. Instead, we had Erica Wheeler out there playing point guard too much. We were posting up Nalissa. We were posting up AB. We're doing everything but giving the ball to Kelsey Mitchell. If Caitlin Clark is on the bench and Kelsey Mitchell is on the floor, every single play needs to be ran for Kelsey Mitchell until the defense adjusts. And we didn't do that. Kelsey Mitchell had 23 points tonight despite CHRISTIE sides. Remember early in the season, Caitlin Clark put up this number despite CHRISTIE? Kelsey Mitchell put up 23 despite CHRISTIE sides being garbage. That's the type of talent we have on this team, folks. Despite CHRISTIE sides being garbage, the talent is enough to keep us in these games. We take out Caitlin Clark, we take out Temi, we put in Kelsey, we put in Aaliyah, and on my nose I have, why are we posting up Nalissa Smith? Why? Capital letters. Why? 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 It goes from an 8-point lead to start off the first quarter. Minnesota Lynx inched their way back within a few points. Caitlin Clark comes back in. The offense magically looks better. Wow. What a surprise. It shouldn't have to be that way. If you don't know by now, when Caitlin's on the bench, Kelsey, stop worrying about Nalissa Smith's feelings. Stop worrying about Aaliyah Boston's feelings. Stop trying to get Katie Lou Samuelson in the game. Cut it out. Are we trying to win in the playoffs or not? Are we trying to lose in the playoffs or not? We're going 9 deep in the first half. Why? Dantis, Fagbenle, Wheeler, Samuelson. Why? Samuelson in the first half, 0 points, 0 rebounds, 0 assists, 2 personal fouls. Why is she in the game? I have no idea, folks. Nalissa Smith, 1 for 5 in the first half, 14 minutes. Why is she in the game? But if she was plus 10, I don't care if she was plus 10. They were plus 10 because Caitlin Clark started hitting some damn threes. They were plus 10 because Aaliyah Boston was 6 for 8 in the first half. Caitlin Clark, 6 for 12 in the first half. 17 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. That's why she was plus 10 in the first half. Not because she played well. Cut it out. Third quarter rolls around. We lose the third quarter 29-12. Maybe you've heard me say that already. There's nothing to say. You hear that pause? There was nothing for me to say about that third quarter positive. If you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. Were the refs bad? Yes, they were bad. Were the foul calls lopsided? Yes, the foul calls were lopsided. Did we need to only score 12 points in the third quarter? No. They mentioned on the broadcast 3 field goals made from the Indiana Fever in the third quarter. How is that possible with Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell, Aaliyah Boston on your team? How? Well, the coach is CHRISTIE Sides. Going back to the second quarter, the Minnesota Lynx come out on a 14-0 run to start the third quarter. We start the half with the lead. We wait till we lose the lead. Then we call a timeout. Again, we start the half with the lead. We wait until we lose the lead. And then we call timeout. Why? Because the coach is dog. Garbage. Not prepared for the big moment. Coach of the month, my behind. Going into the fourth quarter. We're down. Surprise, 74-62. Indiana Fever come out on an 8-2 run. Guess what Cheryl Reeve did? Called a timeout. You guys are on the money today. She didn't wait until they lost the lead. She didn't wait until everything was already spiraling out of control. She said, timeout. And what does she do in her timeouts? She reads everybody the riot act. You. What are you guys doing out there? You. What are you guys doing out there? Oh, you guys don't want to play? Okay, bench, get in the game. Get in the game. Meanwhile, CHRISTIE Sides in the timeouts. Together. Together. Folks, this was a CHRISTIE Side special. There's no way around it. There's no way around it. This was one of her worst coaching performances of the year. It is what it is. It is what it is. Can we blame the refs? Yes. We can blame the refs. They shot more free throws than us. We already expect this by now. Blaming the refs for this loss is a cop-out. That's an easy way to go about it. That doesn't fix the root issue. CHRISTIE Sides and her rotations. Like I said earlier, we fought all the way back from 74-62. Now it's 76-70. Then it's 78-77. Pull Lexi Hall. Put in Katie Lou. Pull Temi Fagbenle. Put in Katie Lou. Put in Alyssa Smith. Why? What are we trying to accomplish here? Are we trying to win games against top teams or not? Are we trying to prove to everybody that we are here or not? Or are we going to keep holding on for dear life because Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell are that damn good? I'll even throw Leah Boston in there. Are we going to hold on because they're that damn good? Or for maybe once this season, can we have our coach bail us out? Can we have our coach save the day? Clearly not. Clearly not. 12 points in the third quarter with Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell, Aaliyah Boston, Lexi Hall. Make that make sense. Fourth quarter rolls around. Lexi hits a couple big threes. Aaliyah Boston's back in action. Kelsey Mitchell, 8 points. Like I said, they played well. The team played well. The coach sucks. Katie Lou made a three. Her first three in the last 30 attempts. Whoop-de-doo. It's just bad. It's just bad, 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 bad. Plus my Nalissa, you want to talk plus minus? Nalissa Smith and Katie Lou, the only two players with a negative plus minus in the fourth quarter. They add no value. They add no value. And now they're valueless. Who wants them? Why is Nalissa Smith starting? Caitlin Clark, 1 for 5 in the fourth quarter. 3 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds. 1 for 5. Wasn't for lack of aggression. Kelsey Mitchell, 3 for 6. Wasn't for lack of aggression. When they're playing 3 versus 5 during a 3-minute stretch, they're going to lose. When they're playing 3 versus 5 during a 3-minute stretch, they are going to lose. All that fighting, clawing, scratching our way back to a 1-point game is going to go down the drain when we play 3 versus 5. While Temi's on the bench, while Lexi Hall's on the bench. It's sickening. We wait for it to be an 8-point game. Okay, Lexi, get back in there. Okay, Temi, get back. Too late. Too little, too late. You already blew the game. Way to go. These two need to be in the game defensively at all times. At least one or the other. At all times. And when they're both in together with AB, Kelsey, Caitlin Clark, GG no re, as they would say back in the Halo days. But instead, what do we do instead? CHRISTIE sides. I don't get it. Against good teams, this isn't going to cut it. In the playoffs, this isn't going to cut it. Do we want to go out in the first round or do we want to advance? You let me know, guys. If we want to go out in the first round, then they did good today. Good job, guys. Good job. Participation trophies for everybody. But if we're trying to advance in the playoffs, we need to be honest with the handicaps that the Indiana Fever have. Because until they get addressed, we're not going to win. It's that simple. It's the Ben Daniel Podcast. We're calling a spade a spade. I appreciate all the support. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Have a good day. We're back in the venue on Sunday. Take it easy.